expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034.
Time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol.
More details on the time machine?
Do they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I've got 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one?
CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one. To say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There is no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace, founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean?
Why did you come to this time? Was the Okabe satellite crash you're doing? 1-1?
Wait guys, Titor-san doesn't understand @channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay?
Get a trip code, asshole.
I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free, but you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is.
You said CERN has time machines. You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. Therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. QED.
What's a dystopia?
How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other.
Who asked you to change the future? You trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I, for one, welcome our new CERN overlords.
My time machine is a prototype reverse engineered from stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single, all-powerful governing body. They will administrate every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. There is no privacy and no choice. Anyone who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials.
In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes in the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future?
Implying CERN rules the world. Do you even know what CERN is, lol?
OP, it's a troll.
So, if we find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler, Lamau, will never be born, and we won't have to listen to this bullshit, am I right?
I want to know if you can meet your past self. Can you have self-cest?
You're talking about the so-called grandfather paradox. That has been debunked. This world line has a divergence of 0.571024% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line. I would go on existing. CERN is a particle physics research institution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self.
If you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pics or GTFO.
The many worlds interpretation? Whoa, slow down, bro.
Research institution taking over the world? Lol, what?
I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I am only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first.
What are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do?
Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters. Put #password after your name.
Lol, backpedaling.
World lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this world line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.0000002%, if that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effect on divergence. Thank you for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I'm starting to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everybody. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. I'm happy to explain. Just so you know, it's impossible to reproduce it with current technology. Certain critical components won't exist until CERN invents them in 2034. Time travel works by altering gravity. Basically, you can think of it as using the twin paradox, but that alone isn't enough to reverse time.
Still here, Faker? You're annoying. Go away.
So your power is gravity control? Not bad, but still not enough for top-tier power levels.
The twin paradox? Is that like the Urashima effect? That's just slowing time down, not reversing it, dipshit.
Who gives a shit about the time machine? Give me stock prices!
It uses Tipler cylinders and Kerr black holes, doesn't it? Just like you said 10 years ago. And your time machine is a 1970s Chevy. I know all of it.
Oh god, shut the fuck up, you disgusting Junie scum.
The twin paradox and the Urashima effect are different things. Duh.
Time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol.
Chevy's an American car, right? I'd rather go German with a BMW, lol.
By Tipler cylinders, are you referring to the Tipler machine? Lol, what? A Tipler cylinder would have to be 10 kilometers in diameter, 1,000 kilometers long, have mass equal to the sun, and revolve 2,500 times per second to become a time machine. Lol. How do you fit that onto a Chevy? Even if you could, a Tipler machine can't travel further back in time than the moment of its creation. Enough of your delusions. @channel is not your blog. I want to hear from Titor.
This is a surprise. Does this mean people of this age already know about my time machine? Did you really encounter me 10 years ago? If so, then that must have been on another world line. I, at least, have not gone to the year 2000. In any case, the important point is that a rotating black hole has the same effect as a Tipler cylinder. You can learn more about Kerr black holes by studying the Penrose diagram or Tipler's calculations. My time machine works by generating a pair of Kerr black holes.
In Japanese, please.
Titor came 10 years ago. Source.
What the fuck are Kerr black holes? Explain using boobies, oh erotic one.
I'll pay 1,000 yen to ride your time machine. Not a yen more.
Sources Holosad's delusions, lol. Real deal.
He didn't deny it? LOL. All aboard Halloween's crazy train. Prepare for a train wreck. Kerr black hole time travel is theoretically possible, but 1. How do you get black holes to spin? Don't tell me you wait until you find one spinning naturally. That's ridiculous. 2. How do you pass through the singularity? There's no way a Chevy can withstand the pressure.
Why the short explanations, John? You stupid? Wanna die?
Still no stock prices. Crash.
This isn't a delusion. I know for a fact that Titor posted 10 years ago. There's even a book about it. Search the used bookstores if you don't believe me. His Chevy has a gravity distortion unit. That's what he said 10 years ago.
Yes, it does have a gravity distortion unit. My time machine is not perfect. It was built by a third party who reverse engineered CERN's design. The gravity distortion unit is a little unstable. First, the unit produces a micro-singularity, then injects electrons to induce rapid rotation. This generates a local gravity sine wave. As the time machine passes through the singularity, the gravity distortion unit regulates the pressure to ensure safe passage. I'm not a specialist, so I cannot explain the mechanics any further. Let me just say that Kerr black holes can be manufactured. I assume everyone's aware of CERN's current experiments with black hole creation.
TLDR, shut the fuck up!
Unstable? Sounds dangerous.
Oh fuck. Titor's black holes are gonna swallow the Earth. He's not just a mass murderer, he's trying to wipe out the entire human race. Find his parents before it's too late.
It's not that you won't explain, it's that you can't. LOL. How do you set the destination? The Earth is constantly moving, or did you not know that? By the way, I proposed the Titor equals Halloween theory. LOL.
I set the destination with the VGL system. That's variable gravity lock. It functions by reading the local gravity of the destination and locking the Tipler sine wave onto that location. By locking onto Earth's gravity, it assures that I don't end up floating in space. It uses 4 cesium clocks to make the calculations, so the margin of error is negligible.
He needs to shut up, lol. I never heard of any Titor from 10 years ago, lol.
So the universe is deep in Titor's shit.
The same information was in the Titor book. All you've done is post a 10-year-old copy pasta. Anyone could do that. How do I know you're the real Titor?
Jontan's so moi. My waifu. I recognize different opinions.
I'm feeling more and more disappointed. Still nothing concrete. Nice try, I guess, but I won't be fooled.
The Everett-Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up to learn more. It seems you're all still clinging to preconceived notions of time. Time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. If the result of an event, the effect, is changed, the event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence. Divergence being the world line's percent difference from the standard.
Die, troll. You claim to be a time traveler without any proof.
Doctrines, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveler.
If you can't observe changes in divergence, then how can you possibly measure it? Oh, I know. Your time machine has a magical device that measures it for you. Lol, 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 lol. Oh, and you still haven't explained how a research institution conquers the world? Details, plots?
Oh no, humanity is doomed. What has science done, JPEG? Lol, noobs responding seriously to troll thread. This Titor guy is a shitty troll.
Don't you people have anything to offer besides insults? How about contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum? If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. In such a scenario, a time machine traveling to the past doesn't need to fight against the flow of time. I say Titor's points have merit. By the way, Titor, I'd like to know more about CERN. What can you tell us about their current activities?
Tell me which horse wins the next Emperor's Cup. I'll bet my entire life savings.
Everett-Wheeler model equals many worlds interpretation. Basically, that means parallel worlds.
What's with all the stupid name tags? This Hoin Kioma is more annoying than Titor.
You call yourself John Titor, but you're fluent in Japanese? Writing in English would at least make it seem more realistic. You can't do English, can't you?
Can I ask you a favor, Titor-san? My mom died last year in the Shibuya earthquake. If I stop my mom from leaving home, then I can undo her death. So please, let me your time machine.
You're gonna believe this time traveler, lol, without proof? Are you an idiot?
No one seems particularly interested in what I said about time not flowing in a single direction. That's proof that your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply accept that as the truth. I'm starting to see why CERN was able to take over so easily. Whenever a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say that a major event causes this world line to diverge into a new world line. Let's call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say, @channel never existed. As the timeline reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on @channel will disappear, to be replaced by memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you change the past. I wrote about CERN yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro-black holes.
I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst. Unlike you closed-minded fools, I will reserve judgment until after I've heard what Titor has to say. And then I will make contact with Titor and acquire his time machine for myself. The great mad scientist Hoin Kioma will have the last laugh. Suck it, sleazebags!
Tell me stock prices or fucking die! I won't believe until you tell me.
That's not reconstructing the world, you idiot. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter the memories of nearly 6.7 billion people? Do you even realize how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone went and screwed with my brain. And what does any of that have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research, lol. Micro black holes, lol 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 lol.
Wait, the future's a wasteland? That means I can be a road warrior and ride a mod buggy, right? I'm gonna go get me a mohawk. Anyone know where I can buy spiked shoulder pads?
I checked CERN's homepage. It says they've been experimenting since 2009. Can they really make black holes?
What the hell's gonna happen?
Does Titor have a mohawk? God, that's fucking moe.
Are you implying our brains create the world? Are you saying the universe is a giant tree and we're branches in it or something? That's some Ava level bullshit right there. Go back to 2036.
Is this how you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. Reconstruction of the timeline and alteration of people's memories. I think they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They are reconstructed along with everything else when divergence changes. What's a road warrior? Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms, growing their own food. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology belongs to only those chosen by CERN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflict you see in this era.
There's no war? How is that possible? How did CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East?
What do you have against world peace? Sounds to me like CERN's doing humanity a favor.
This Titor guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire! Terrorist scum!
The world in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now, that system works flawlessly. Right now, you should be asking yourselves how that is possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to that question is the reason I'm here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against CERN. We think of ourselves as the resistance, but there is no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism.
Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretation. You said it's been proven by 2036. How?
I knew you were a terrorist. How many have you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I really should kill your father. Protect the future.
Stop beating around the bush. Give us answers.
You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit and now you can't tell delusions from reality. Am I right?
Delicious nationalist tears. CERN probably figured it out. They've got a time machine to experiment with, right?
That would make you no better than Titor. If you're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Titor, question. Did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBN 5100?
Is John Titor plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago.
I thought Titor was crazy, but this hoeing guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys, lol.
World War III, Lamau?
Isn't there supposed to be an IBN 5100 in Akiba?
As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but if even one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III? Was that something I said on a different world line? I would like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would also like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only, please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more.